So YouTube has always been there. So therefore, in Africa, if I say I have a podcast, somebody's going to YouTube first.
I want to talk about our drunk uncle in the room, which is a video podcast. So, as we talk about audience growth and podcasters that are true audio and are now shifting to video or both, how does video for you relate directly to audience growth?
I think that, speaking to what Keisha was saying, I think she's right. If you're going to do the audio and the video, you need to be more descriptive. Think of radio back in the day when that's all you had, right? When they were talking about a thunderstorm, they were describing the thunderstorm, describing your red shoes, right? And describing your blue top. And so these things need to be descriptive in order for you to be able to see it when you're hearing it, right? So you use your imagination. It's like reading a book that doesn't have pictures, right? And so I'm a 2X listener. Actually, a lot of times 3X, 2.5, 3X. I'm that guy. Like, I'm trying to get through for my content, right? And I'm here, that's why I was saying earlier, about if you got something that I need, then you're going to keep my retention. If you don't, then I'll just kind of push it to the side. And so, when we think about it, with the video, I like it. I think that people, they have to be on board with it, but it depends on where you're at. Because here's the truth, is a lot of the audio platforms, like Spotify, so on and so forth, they were late to Africa. So YouTube has always been there. So therefore, in Africa, if I say I have a podcast, somebody's going to YouTube first, because that's where it was available at first, because Spotify wasn't in these countries, or, Apple is, most people have Androids, right? So this is a luxury item, and actually the majority of the world outside of like the US and Europe, I think, have Android phones. And so when you think about this behavior aspect, is actually, it's an asset and it makes sense. And then also it's the number 2 search engine in the world. So all of this stuff, if you really take a step back, this behavior actually makes sense. And so with that, then, video, it has to be a part of your strategy. And I think, there needs to be more effort to merge your audiences. And I think one of the ways to merge your audience, as Keisha was saying, is that thing that's missing means that you need to be more descriptive and keep them in mind while you're recording your videos. Hey, I'm here at the podcast show London. I'm here on stage with 2 amazing people and a beautiful audience, and the screen behind me is blue. And it says the podcast show London, and it has Patrick Hill, and it has Keisha Sound, and it says Kevin White Brown, right? And so now the person who's listening, they can get involved and say, okay, there was a blue screen there, right? There was a blue wall, and these guys are on stage, and Patrick has on red shoes, right? And so now they can imagine what's happening. And once you can do that, then you can actually bring to life this experience. And then the person might say, hey, you know what? I wonder what Keisha looks like. I wonder what Patrick looks like. How tall is he, right? And so then they're going to your social media from audio in order to really engage and to understand who you are and then become a part of your tribe. So to me, that's the part that's missing.